Dear audience, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to this new tutorial on project management topics. Today's topic is the Agile tools for managing stakeholder requirements in construction projects. As we all know that managing the stakeholder requirements is a very important part of the initiation and planning phases of the project management. Despite of the fact that this is done mainly in initiation and planning phases, still it will be going on as a process with us throughout the project life cycle. So in construction projects, managing stakeholders' requirements efficiently is crucial for success. Agile methodologies provide several tools and techniques that can be adapted to enhance stakeholder engagement and requirements management. Here we are going to discuss some of the tools or the Agile tools tailored for the construction projects. I want to remind you that these tools again can be helpful and very efficient in any other type of project, but we'll try as much as we can to tailor them to a great extent to the construction projects. So the first thing is the user stories. So here we break down stakeholder requirements into user stories that are concise and focused on specific functionalities or features. These functionalities or features are very much related to the project, of course. Okay, project and products, okay, or the deliverable of the product. Deliverable or deliverables. Okay. As an example, we can just put this into a sentence like this. As a project stakeholder, I want, then you stop and mention some specific requirement or list of requirements. Then you continue by saying to achieve, and then you explain the desired outcomes out of these requirements. This will be very helpful to gain some insight of the requirement depending on the story that we get from the stakeholders. The second tool is the product backlog, and in general we have to maintain a backlog for the requirements of the stakeholders. Once we identify the stakeholders, then we have to head into identifying their requirements, and we have to prioritize these requirements, okay, and we'll keep all of these identified prioritized requirements in a special backlog. Certainly, we have to regularly update and refine the backlog based on changing priorities and feedback. This usually happens in projects that requirements might change, and even the priorities of these requirements might change depending on the progress and the feedback from the project team and other stakeholders. Then iteration planning meetings, and here we have to conduct regular iteration planning meetings to discuss and prioritize stakeholder requirements for the upcoming construction phases. We have also to collaborate with stakeholders to ensure alignment with the project goals. But then we have to remember that to ensure this alignment with the project goals, we have to define the project goals very specifically and make sure that they are smart objectives. Number 4 is the minimum viable product, MVP. So here we have to define and deliver a minimum viable product that includes essential stakeholder requirements, and we have to incrementally add features in subsequent iterations based on stakeholders' feedback. This will help us get more insight into problems that might be faced in the future and try to anticipate the problems on their small scale before going into the mega scale. Daily stand-ups. This is very important in Agile. So we have to hold daily stand-up meetings to provide quick updates on projects progress and discuss any challenges and address stakeholder concerns promptly. This is very important to try to face issues and address concerns of stakeholders very quickly, so as not to let these concerns accumulate and then be very difficult to manage. Sprint reviews. We have to conduct sprint reviews at the end of each construction phase to showcase completed work and gather feedback from stakeholders. Again, here requirements might change and the priorities of the requirements might change or at least get updated. So here we use this feedback to make necessary adjustment in subsequent iterations. Seventh tool is the prototyping, and here we develop prototypes or models to visualize stakeholder requirements and gather early feedback. It's always helpful to have prototypes so that we can, and models so that we have more visualization of the work to be done. Okay, and make sure that we are really fulfilling the requirements of stakeholders. Then we have to adjust designs and plans based on the insights gained from stakeholders when discussing the problems related to prototypes or models. Then regular stakeholder meetings. These meetings are mainly with the stakeholders. So we have to schedule regular meetings with stakeholders to discuss evolving requirements, address concerns, and keep them informed about project progress. This is very helpful when it comes to especially scope verification and validation to guarantee that no parts of the scope are dropped and nothing is added that might cause scope creep. Kanban boards. So we utilize Kanban boards to visualize the flow of work and track the status of stakeholder requirements. And here we can simply categorize tasks based on their current status, to do, in progress, completed. We might have other categories if needed, but these are the main categories that we might use frequently in projects, especially in construction projects. Continuous integration. Okay. So here we implement continuous integration practices to ensure that stakeholder requirements are integrated into the construction process seamlessly, and we have to detect and resolve issues early in the development cycle. So integration is very important. We try to fulfill any of the requirements of stakeholders, or whenever any changes occur or any requests for changes because of change in requirements, then we have to make sure that these new requirements, or fulfilling these new requirements, does not affect other parts of the project and does not affect the integration of the project as a whole. Then retrospectives, which are very important in all of Agile management methodologies. So we have to conduct regular retrospectives to reflect on the project's performance and gather insights on how to improve stakeholders' engagement and requirements management in future iterations. The frequency of the retrospectives might be bi-weekly or monthly. It depends. Okay. Sometimes we need to make this on a weekly basis, so we have to conduct these retrospectives on a regular weekly basis. So it depends. So we have to define, the project manager, the project team have to define the frequency of conducting these regular retrospectives. So as a conclusion, we can say that adapting these Agile tools to the unique challenges of construction projects can enhance the collaboration, transparency, and responsiveness to stakeholder needs throughout the project life cycle. By doing so, we guarantee that if the impact of stakeholders, negative impact, of stakeholders on the project throughout the project life cycle is quite minimal. I'd rather stop here. I hope this lecture was of help to you and it was informative. If you have any questions, please mention in the comments. If you want to have more details, or you want to suggest any topics for further discussion, please don't hesitate to do so. Please subscribe to my channel and follow me on my social media accounts. Thank you for paying attention and see you very soon.